Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. How you doing? How you been? So, if I look like I'm wearing the same outfit and everything from my other video, I am. This is going to be a different video I'm going to film. So, let's talk about, you know, representation, black people in anime, because Black History Month is almost over. Now I'm not saying everybody like this in Japan is like this. I don't believe that everybody is like that in Japan. Um, and also some people have to realize that not everybody in Japan gets to travel outside of the US and go to America and see different types of people of different backgrounds. So the only thing they can do is try to sum up what they think we look like or other people look like in America. I am not excusing the racist the racism that we have faced in anime. I'm not excusing that. I'm just saying that you have to try and understand this is a different culture. And people sometimes are not so cultured and open-minded. So, do not take it the wrong way. Don't say, oh, you're defending racism. No, I'm not. Okay, I don't need anybody coming on here with that shit. Alright? That's not what I'm doing. I'm explaining to you that not everybody in other countries is going to have access to go to America or even watch like American TV shows or movies and see people like me on screen or different people of many different racial backgrounds and what they think we look like in America. So, black people in anime, both women and men. For the longest time that I have been an anime fan, I have noticed, especially in the last couple of years, from 2016 until now, I've noticed a lot of changes being done for black people in anime, both women and men. And I've noticed that especially in anime shows and movies, that's not all black people, or most of them, if not all of them, are a stereotype of what they think a black person should look like. For example, Carol and Tuesday and Michiko and Hatchin. I've noticed a lot of characters in these two anime shows that are heavily cultured and heavily LGBTQ, especially in Carol and Tuesday, and heavily influenced by many different cultures and people of different racial backgrounds, whether it's from America or from other countries. To me, in both of those anime shows, that is what representation is, or at least in my personal opinion, that is how we should be represented as. We should be represented as people that are human beings with feelings and emotions, and we all go through the same thing like everybody else does. And we don't look like a stereotype, like a negative one, the big full lips and all that. I've noticed that too in watching both of these shows. We don't all look like that in real life. Not all black people look the same. Our physical features don't always look the same. Sometimes, not all of us, some of us get work done. This is also known as plastic cosmetic surgery. Some of us have certain physical features that someone else might want. Who knows? Maybe they're jealous. I don't know. But that's just me. However, when I was growing up in the early 2000s, I did not see any of this representation in anime. No LGBTQ, and no representation of how people of color should look like in anime. Especially if you were LGBTQ. Oh my god. That shit was bad. It was bad. I'll make some videos on that also, but I'm gonna do that for Pride Month later on in the year. LGBTQ representation in anime, I'll get on that during Pride Month, during the summer. However, there was this one character, I forgot his name, but he was in the Dragon Ball Z franchise, and everybody and their grandma, whoever watched this anime at the time, I know I did, everybody saw that. And that caused a lot of controversy. I forgot the character's name, but he was in the Dragon Ball Z franchise. He was a stereotype black person in anime. There's also another character that was a stereotype of a black person. I forgot her name, but she was in the anime. Fuck. What is that anime show where it's like 3 kids are trying to escape this farm because they discovered that they're gonna get eaten by demons, and their mom is behind it, or so they think that she's their mom. I forgot what anime it was. But there's a character in there, and she is considered like a racist anime character towards black people. Now, these are the only 2 characters I know that have a negative response, or like has caused some controversy to how black people should be represented. And there are some black people out there that are desensitized to racism. I'm pretty sure they've gone through so much in their life, they start to become desensitized and emotionless to it. But, like I said, y'all, I'm pretty sure the creators didn't mean any ill harm or ill intention. I don't know what they were thinking when they made these characters, but do your research before you do stuff like this. Do your research on what black people look like in America or in other cultures or countries, or do your research on how LGBTQ people really are. Don't fetishize them or us as, as like not a human being, a commodity so you can get off on. We all go through the same issues, the same problems like everybody else. We all have our own struggles with our emotional or mental or physical health. We are people. We are human beings. You should not have to treat us like we're not because of your own culture's ignorance, because that's how you were taught. You were taught to look down at people like me and LGBTQ people as not human beings. First of all, nobody is better than anybody else. I'm not. I'm not trying to be. And America is not better than any other country. Every country has their issues. And we're still dealing with the same damn issues after all these years. All I'm saying is that we've come a long way since the early 2000s. And Lord knows we're not done. We're not done. We're not even close to being done. Not yet. Not until we are 100% accepted. Now, Shinichiro Watanabe and Earl Kodaki, if I'm saying his name correctly, these 2 people to me are very heavily cultured. by seeing people of different racial backgrounds and LGBTQ people. There are a lot of characters that are people of color and LGBTQ in Carol and Tuesday and Michiko and Hatchin, especially in Carol and Tuesday, one of the most diverse anime shows of all time that I've seen in 2019. Yes, this anime came out in 2019. Did I watch it when it first came out? No. I watched it like a year later after it came out. And I'm glad that I did, because I really do love anime shows like this that actually capture what we look like, how we're supposed to look like if we were, real life people in an anime show. And Shinichiro Watanabe and Urokodaki, these two people, who are both men, they are very cultured. The most cultured Japanese people I've ever seen. They don't discriminate. They seem very open-minded, and they know just. I'm pretty sure they've traveled to America at one point in their life, or they've done a lot of research, because these two anime shows are very iconic to me, and they're very cultured. They're very cultured. So, before anybody says that, oh, well, Japan is racist and homophobic and sexist, they don't care about people over there that are different. How is that any different in America? Again, this goes back to what I said earlier. I don't think everybody is like that. I don't think Japan is a homophobic country. Because Japan has a lot of LGBTQ culture in their own culture and within their own history. So, yeah, guys. Try to have an open mind, and just remember, you gotta take into consideration that this is a different culture, but at the same time, don't let them treat you like you're not a person or a human being in any way at all. Don't let people like stereotype you, put you in a box. And also, I've said this before, it's not our job to educate them. If they're so curious about something, they can educate themselves. But I've only experienced racism one time in my life. I didn't really experience any discrimination towards my sexuality because I don't tell a lot of people, because you never know. People are still homophobic out here because they're in the closet about their own sexuality. That's why. So, just keep an open mind and educate yourself. Have some knowledge. Don't get upset or yell at somebody because they don't know or understand. Or if they do know, tell them to get their shit together because they shouldn't believe in fake, false information. Yeah, so that's it for this video. And another anime I want to mention is Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. They have a lot of people of color in it and represented very well and very nicely. Very well, very nicely. That's another anime show that I love. I didn't talk about it that much in this video because I really wanted to focus on the other two shows. But that one is a good one also. It's very good representation. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the Japanese creators behind these shows, the people who wrote these shows. I appreciate you doing that. It does mean a lot to me to be seen and represented the way we should be seen and represented in anime. That's been an issue for a long time, and I hope it continues in a positive way rather than a negative. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Stay true to yourself. Self-expression to me is happiness. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do with your life as a grown-ass adult, and if they do, they're obviously jealous and not living their own life the way they want to because they're too busy living up to someone else's stupid standards. Later.